Hello and welcome to our seminar on vacation bidding in the year you retire.
Hello, I'm Ross Nickel from the Pension Committee.
And good afternoon, I'm Hugh Chetwynd, also from the Pension Committee.
And joining us as well, we have
Nicola Schnell from the Component Mobilization and Engagement Committee. Let's start with our first question. What is the current vacation year?
As of May 1, 2003, Air Canada changed the vacation system to a current year vacation. All Air Canada employees now earn and take their vacation in the same vacation year, May 1 to April 30th. For bidding purposes, you'll be allotted full annual and statutory vacation based on the assumption that you'll be an active employee for the upcoming vacation year.
Thanks, Hugh. One thing we should mention, though, if crew planning is aware of some absences that will occur during the vacation year, leaves of absence, or if you're on an RBP, then they will adjust your allotment before it's published. So for those of you who are on an RBP in the upcoming year, crew planning knows that you're on an RBP for May, so your entitlement will be adjusted accordingly and published that way.
So once I give my notice to retire, when do I actually get to retire?
So Nicola, retirements always commence on the first day of a calendar month. You can give as much as 3 months notice to retire, and you can give as little as a few days. But normally, in order to get your paycheck, your first pension check on time, you need to give at least 2 months notice. If you retire during the upcoming vacation year, then your vacation annual entitlement will be prorated. Crew planning has a proration chart that they use to determine the actual number of vacation days you're entitled to, but you can do a rough estimate, and we'll talk about that a little later.
Okay, so I'm planning on retiring this year, so how do I bid my vacation?
Well, it does depend on what you'd like to accomplish. If you'd like to get your vacation paid out when you retire, or you can take some vacation prior to retirement but are conscious of having to pay back money for excess vacation days, or you just would like lots of time off.
Can you please explain getting my vacation paid out?
So Nicola, what happens there, if you want to be paid out for the vacation you've earned, then you should bid all of your vacation after your retirement date. If you do this, then what happens is the vacation you've earned and are entitled to will be paid out on your final pay reconciliation.
What if I'd like to take some of my vacation but not owe any money?
If you want to take some vacation during the vacation year that you're retiring in, and do not want to have to repay the company for any excess vacation days taken, then prior to your retirement date, you should bid only the number of days you are entitled to or fewer.
For the final choice, I think I'd really like my summertime off. I'm okay with paying back any excess days. How do I bid to get just my time off?
So Nicola, if you're just concerned about getting the vacation when you want it, then bid the way you want. And you do seem to understand that if you take more than you're entitled to, you'll have to pay that back to the company. So the bottom line is take vacation before notifying the company that you intend to retire. Now, we should note that if the company receives less than 2 months' notice of your retirement, this probably will delay your first pension check. So if you really need that first pension check on time, you probably shouldn't follow that strategy.
Thank you very much for letting me know my vacation bidding options. Now, how do I know how much vacation I'm entitled to?
Well, what you can do is an approximate calculation of the number of days you're entitled to. These are the number of days that you've earned prior to your planned retirement date. And then you can also determine the number of statutory holidays you should be entitled to as well. If you add these two together, then you'll have an idea of what your actual total entitlement is, and you can bid so that you do not exceed your entitlement.
Can you give me an example? Let's say for a September 1st retirement date.
Yeah, no problem, Nicola. So we're going to assume a 35-day allotment, which is the normal senior allotment of vacation days. We're going to divide that by 12 for the months in the year, and it gives you a valuation of 2.91 vacation days earned per month on the payroll. September 1st is 4 months from May 1st, so you're going to multiply this 2.91 vacation days earned times 4, which gives you 11.64 days, rounded up to 12 days. The stat holidays, which come from a list that Crew Planning has and you can find in your collective agreement, include Victoria Day and Canada Day up to September 1st. So your approximate total vacation days for a September 1st retirement date would be 14.
Thank you for that example. What about somebody who would like to retire later in the year? Let's say for a February 1st retirement date.
Okay, Nicola, so for a person leaving on February 1, as Hugh explained before, if they have a normal vacation annual entitlement of 35 days, you divide that by 12 and you get the number of 2.91 days per month that they're entitled to. And retiring February 1 is 9 months from May 1, so 9 months of the vacation year. May 1 to January 31st is 9 months, times the 2.91 gives you a value of 26.19 vacation days that you're entitled to. So this would be rounded down to 26 days. In this case, you'd be entitled to 8 statutory holidays. That's those that occur between May 1 and January 31st. So if you left February 1, as you mentioned, your total approximate annual and statutory entitlement would be 34 days, 26 days vacation and 8 days stats.
I'm thinking of taking an RBP to phase into retirement. How does this affect my retirement?
If you anticipate being on a reduced block, you only earn 60% of your vacation entitlement for each month on an RBP, so this will reduce your entitlement for those months accordingly. If you anticipate being on a reduced block and do not want to overbid vacation days prior to your retirement, you should definitely check your entitlement with Crew Planning.
The other thing, Hugh, that we mentioned earlier was for those currently on the 8-month RBP, Crew Planning will know that they're on an RBP in May of the vacation year. So when those people look at their initial entitlement, it will already have been reduced slightly for that month.
So to sum everything up, I'm heading to Vacation Bid right now. What is my bottom line?
Well, if you take more vacation than you've earned, you will have to pay the company back.
Or if you want some time off but don't want to owe money, only take vacation you've earned prior to your retirement date.
And finally, if you want to be paid out for the vacation that you've earned, bid all your vacation after your planned retirement date.
Thank you, Ross and Hugh. This really helps me to understand what my options are when I'm planning to retire in the upcoming vacation year.
Oh, thanks very much for joining us, Nicola. The questions you had are the same questions many have, and hopefully it's been helpful for you and will be for others.
Yeah, thanks again, Ross and Nicola. Don't forget, everyone, to confirm your vacation entitlement with Crew Planning. We've got Crew Planning East for Montreal and Toronto, and Crew Planning West for Calgary and Vancouver.
And enjoy your retirement and your vacation.